coming out, and 2 first downs or 20 yards puts the ball back in a neutral field position. Now, fortunately, we were able to get more yards, and then I think we punted that series. But that's a significant example of the opponent starting as opposed to midfield, on their end of the field. And so whether it's the return game, whether it's the coverage unit, defense or offense, all of it directly contributes to scoring. And if you study hidden yardage as it relates to points, I think you can see then the significance.
Hey, Sean, yesterday, Emmanuel Sanders talked about it was the most exciting game he'd ever been a part of, 49ers Saints game last year. Even though the Saints didn't win it, how fun was that game for you? And just what do you remember about that atmosphere of that regular season game?
Well, look, we were just talking about it. You watch the tape early in the week. I just finished watching it a third time. Obviously, there were a ton of flows to that game. So many different elements to it. You don't remember them all until you watch it again. And good for the offenses, not as good for the defenses. And it was just the lead changes and everything that took place was certainly unique.
Hey, Sean, speaking of the atmosphere, obviously no fans has been a big topic this season. It's 6,000 now. It's still not 10%, but do you maybe have like a message for the people that are going to come, or anything you hope to see from the fans, even though it's only 6,000, it's still more than what we've been playing in front of?
Yeah, and look, our last home game, we noticed a difference from the very beginning where it was, completely sterile. And so as we progress through the season and continue to have more fans, we certainly appreciate it and feel the difference. And so, that's something that there's just such a passion with our fan base that that little bit matters.
Well, you guys have been able to drastically reduce the penalties these last several games. I guess you can't really, go through a whole new method of teaching, but is it mostly just discipline now?
Well, there's several elements to it. The crew we have this week is the crew we had when we played Green Bay. I think we had 9 penalties in that game, so that's certainly been a point of emphasis this week. And it's good to see those numbers drop. I think that's going to be important for us, not only in this game but moving forward.
Sean, with DeMario getting more snaps with the Mike linebacker, what do you guys get out of having him at that spot as opposed to the weak side?
Yeah, well, look, there's so much nickel played that he's playing the same position. So you're really talking about the handful of snaps when we're in base defense. He's comfortable with it, and again, it's not been a drastic change, but we feel like it's our best lineup.
Has this been the lowest amount of base you guys have played with the more dime stuff that you guys are doing? I think it's probably feels like 20 snaps probably the whole season.
Well, forget dime or forget nickel. We've been in both on third down. We've been in a handful of personnel packages. But to your original question, how much base? A lot of it's opponent driven. These guys run the football extremely well, and so you're really studying personnel packages and making those decisions.
Sean, when you're adding a player mid-season like you guys did with Quan, how much goes into seeing whether that player will be a culture fit, if any? Do you guys go reach out to old coaches and stuff?
Everyone, yeah, absolutely we do, and just the feedback was overwhelmingly positive. That's really encouraging. But yes.
Coach, you've had some great offensive linemen that have played for you, like Jari Evans and Carl Nix. Do you see any similar traits in McCoy and Reed? And if so, what are they?
Well, look, these guys are young players. Obviously, with McCoy, I mean, he's come in day one as a rookie, started at center. He's strong, he's powerful, he's smart, he loves football. We like the group that we're working with right now. It's a close-knit group. You know, I could start with the tackles outside and go through every one of these players, but you know, generally speaking, you have to draft and hit on your draft picks, and then pick and choose when you're wanting to supplement that group with free agents, and I think we've done that well.
Thanks.
Did you guys scout Mullins when he's coming out of Southern Miss? And if not, I guess what have you seen from him as a pro?
Yes, and yes. I mean, we're familiar with the player, and he's doing well. He's extremely accurate. He's a rhythm thrower. You could see he's well coached. Kyle and those guys do a great job of coaching that position. You know, all the things that you want from that player. They play real good defense. They run the football well. There's a balance to everything they do, and he's functioned very well in it.
With last week going so well, offensively, defensively, special teams too, can a game like that serve as sort of a jump off point for the offense in terms of moving forward and momentum and all that?
Yeah, in a lot of areas, you know, that's something that we're looking to build off of. You know, we still had some things to correct and things to improve on. So, yeah, we can just build off everything that we did last week and help us grow moving forward. That's definitely what we're trying to do.
Next question from Rod Walker.
Hey, Teron, we talked to Emmanuel yesterday, and he said that the Saints 49ers game last year was the most exciting game he'd ever been a part of. I just wanted to ask you about your recollection of the game. Obviously, you all didn't win, but
yeah.
How exciting was that game?
No, it was an extremely fun game. You know, one of them high scoring, who got the ball last type of games. It was intense, man, and you know both teams was playing extremely well when we met. You know, as a football fan, you know, standpoint, rewatching the game, it was definitely exciting.
Next one from Amy Gus. Speaking of fans, there will be 6,000 in the Dome this weekend compared to 3,000 for the last game. Sean said you could definitely tell a difference last time around versus the first couple of games. I guess, how are y'all, you know, looking forward to getting some more people back in there?
It's an advantage. It's an advantage. We love them. We love to have the fans in there. The energy. We need every one of them, and it's great to double that number from last week. At some point, it even kind of got loud. So it'd be great to have more fans, and then more and more as the year go on.
Yeah, and midway through the season now, how have you seen Caesar kind of come into his own and continue to learn as he's getting more and more reps? He's progressing.
And like I've said on several occasions now, he's someone that wants to be the best player that he possibly can, and he will. He's doing all of the necessary things to accomplish that ultimate goal, being the best player he can. But he's progressing. He's learning, getting more and more experiences, by the rep, seeing different guys, handling different defenses, different schemes. It's been great watching his progress.
Next one from Rod Walker.
Hey, Troy, how fun is it for you guys on the offensive line when you see Drew and the offense just kind of doing their thing? I know obviously y'all are a big part of it, but what's it like just watching that?
It's great. It's great. You get to see Drew at work. A Hall of Famer. He's out there balling. He's on the money. It's great. You just want to do your part, make sure that you're doing everything that you possibly can to give him opportunity to make a play, give somebody like AK some space, a lane to make a play. We got a ton of playmakers, and we love to see those guys get the ball with space so they can create and score touchdowns. So it's a great thing when we're rolling, hitting on all cylinders.
Next one from Amy Jones. Yeah, you've watched plenty of film of Quan. Alexander over the years, and now he's your teammate. He's only been around for a couple of days, but how have you seen him kind of gel into the locker room so far?
Yeah, I mean, looks seamless. I haven't had, too much interact, like too much going against him during practice. But, just seamless, effortless, in the locker room. You see him walking around just chopping it up, laughing with the guys. Me and him was talking about some music, actually. He's been in the music for years now. So we talking about both of our catalogs or whatever. So, it's great to have him over. Been going against him for a while when he was in Tampa Bay, and so he's an exceptional player, great player. We're excited to have him.
Yeah, and one more on a completely different topic. Drew said on Sunday that you propped him up to watch a touchdown. Does that happen often? Like I guess what kind of happened there to where you caught him and let him watch the play finish?
Yeah, no, it don't happen often. Just kind of the way the play unfolded, I had got an up the field rush and kind of snapped him off at the end of the rush, and he started heading up the field. So when I look back, Drew had got hit and he's falling, so he just kind of was falling right where I turned. So I called him. I see the ball going. I'm like, yeah, just you get a chance to check out this touchdown, man. Watch this touchdown. TQ.